It's huge. It's always gonna be this length. Good morning. Welcome back. Good to see you again. We've got an arm day ahead of us. An arm day indeed. And I'm pretty excited about it, actually. At the same time, I'm pretty darn tired right now. Pretty darn tired. Not really sure why. Went to bed at a reasonable time, my usual time, around 8:30 or so. And, got a good amount of sleep. I am playing at the moment single parent duties. My wife is out of town traveling for work for a number of days. So I am single dadding it up for a little while here, which isn't too bad. Kid's a easy kid, he really is. But he did wake up once last night for some reason at like 12:30 and then fell right back to sleep, which is always fun to have your sleep interrupted like that. But that's life, that's the cards we were dealt. We took our pre-workout. We got to get warmed up still, stretch out, but we're going to be doing an arm day again. An arm day that you're familiar with, nothing crazy here. We're going to be starting out with our kettlebell Tate presses, and like I've said before, whenever we do these tricep-based movements first, I really need to get an adequate warm-up in there. So we're going to be doing a little bit of the band stretching that you saw me do previously, maybe even some light cable work, but I'm actually going to be just using some more close grip push-ups to try to get the triceps warmed up a bit more and make sure everything's firing, moving, and grooving. With the push-ups, we can really take them as slow or as fast as we want, really stretch out everything there, but also just kind of warm up the pec a little bit too. We don't need that for today. We're going to be focused hard on just our triceps and biceps, but it'll allow us to get a little bit of extra pec work in there. We're certainly not going to take anything to exhaustion by any stretch here. But with the rubber bands, I think those tricep push-ups are going to help us out quite well, helping get everything nice and warmed up. Before we move over to those Tate presses, we're going to be starting with 35 pounds this week. So we're going to go up in that weight, and I want to make sure everything is really firing in the right direction before we start going with the heavier weights. Other than that, we're going to be adding in some more forearm work, some more grip strength work here towards the end of our workout. You'll see that here in just a little bit, but we're going to be doing some static holds that we will superset with our reverse grip curls. Going to be using the wooden ball implements that I have for some grip strength training. I've been really wanting to and looking into getting some more grip strength tools, either a really fat roller, it's like a D-ring handle with a giant roller on the end of it that makes it hard to hold on to and you really got to grip it, or even a pinch block. I think the pinch block would be great. I have one rectangular pinch block that I do like. I really do like that one, but I've been looking into those circular ones just to change up some of the stuff here that we have. But I really need to get more than those other implements. I need to get just some cylindrical tubes, basically. They come as wood or metal or whatever, but something that you can truly just grip onto with your hand and hold, and it moves all the way through your hand versus, stopping short like a ball might. With a ball, what I find, your hand wraps around that ball a little bit, so it's helping hold that ball in place, not so much the grip, but just the biomechanics of your hand. With, a tube, it's gonna go through your hand. You're not gonna be able to hold on to any top or bottom to make sure it doesn't slip out of your hand. And it's just another opportunity for us to train that grip strength. We don't do it terribly often. I have been wanting to make it more of a focus, especially since we're doing arm days here, and it's just been slipping my mind. So we're gonna add it in at the end today. Maybe we won't use the balls. Maybe we have another implement that I'm just forgetting about off the top of my head at the moment. But that's, I think, the plan we're gonna go for today. Nonetheless, we've got to start with our triceps over here, so let's go over there, get warmed up, and start doing some Tate press. All right, some good warm up there. Got a couple sets of push-ups in. We got some band work, just doing some general stretching, some overhead stretching too that I like. And then we did 2 sets of, I don't think I showed you the first one, unfortunately, because the camera was still turned around, but 2 sets of the kettlebell press here, just with less weight on it though. So that's the nice thing about these plate-loaded kettlebells, as you can just quickly throw on and off weights. So I've got 35 loaded up on here, and I've done 35 between 2 10s and 3 5s. So I've got some combination to play with there, not just for a warm-up, but also as I'm working through these sets. If 35 just becomes too much, you know, take off a 5, 2 5s, 3 5s, and just keep going. It's really that simple. Okay, we're doing sets of 10 to 12 right now, so we're gonna get moving and grooving on these. Starting with 35, like I said, let's get after it. Great first set. All right, set number 2. 35's feeling good, so let's do it again. Nice and deep, getting really around the shoulder here. To go deep with that tricep stretch. Okay. Okay. Now that was really tough. I am going to lower the weight down. I was going to keep it at 35, but on my left arm, obviously that was just definitely too much to get a full 12 reps, and honestly it was hard to even get 10 good reps in there. So we're going to take that weight down, because on my right side too, even during that set, I was like, I think I'm going to have to help myself out on this last rep or two. I didn't, but it was there. It was really close to that. So reduce the weight, hopefully get some just overall better form and ROM, and I think we'll be in a good spot. All right, took 1 5 off, so now we're down to 30. I think that'll be fine. Oh, let's give it a go. Yeah. Great. All right, I'm still not totally content with the way that form was, so we're going to take it down one more to 25. But my question is if I actually go down even lower, and I think the answer is no. I do think the answer is no. We'll keep it at 25. I think that's going to be fine for this last set here. What I really want to make sure we're getting is that full deep stretch. You know, you'll notice, you probably can only see it when I'm using my left arm when I'm coming through this side, but we really want that weight going as low as we can possibly get it around our body. Number 1, we want to be focused on that. Number 2, when I fully extend, I want a really good contraction right now, and I'm not getting it. Excuse me, I'm not getting it at all. So it's there. I shouldn't say at all. I'm getting something, but I want more. And I think because that weight was just too much, I wasn't really able to focus and concentrate on it. So 4th and final set. Let's do it. Good ROM. Great contraction. That's what we're aiming for. Good. That was very good. Very good. Oh, oh yeah. That was good. That was a good progression. That was a good call there. I'm glad we lowered that weight down on that last set because I was really able to focus on making sure we get that squeeze all the way at the top and not just, you know, kind of moving through the motions there and not taking the full potential out of that. Okay, I'm going to put these away and we're going to set up for, yeah, incline dumbbell curls. Let's get after it. All right, time for some curls. We've got the 35s queued up. We are using the magnet plates again. So if we're getting a little too ambitious here with the weight, quickly take them off, no big deal with these pro style dumbbells. These Bowflex dumbbells are fantastic, but as I've said before, the one thing I don't like about them is how long they are. I mean, this dumbbell is, you know, this is how long it is right here, right? Now when I grab one of these Bowflex ones, here's the same Bowflex dumbbell. It's huge. This is 35 pounds. This is set to 35. Now, no matter what the weight is, it's always going to be this length. Again, here's the pro style dumbbell. Let me swap them so you can see them a little bit better here. I mean, you know, the size difference is pretty extreme, right? You've got 6 inches almost on each side. It's pretty nuts. They are vastly different heights, and they are the exact same weight right now. So you get a lot more freedom of movement with these dumbbells over here on my right, your left. And these Bowflex dumbbells, as good as they are for quickly changing weights, when I'm doing things like this, where I'm going to be a little bit closer to my body, these incline curls, I'm going to be, you know, bringing them in fairly close. They can get in the way really easily. So set these guys up, 35 pounds. Let's do some curling. Oh, yeah. Okay. One of the things I love about these concentration curls is how they sneak up on you. You can walk so confidently through that door for the first 6 to even 10 reps. But by the time I find that by the time you get to that like 10th rep, your biceps start going, hey, hello? Yeah, we're here. And we're feeling it. All right, set number 2 here. Like I said, we were feeling that last set. We were definitely feeling it. So I have a feeling we're going to feel it even more on this one. But we're going to get the best squeeze we possibly can out of these. Oh, yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Now, on this next set that we're about to do, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to do like one arm at a time. So I'm going to do all 12 reps on my right side here, and then all 12 reps on my left side, just to switch it up a little bit. Is it going to be a crazy difference for us? Nah, not at all. It really shouldn't be. But just want to focus in that squeeze on one side at a time a little bit more and see if we can get a little bit more of a pump and contraction out of it. Okay, set 3. Like I said, one side at a time. We're going to do all of this one right here, and then we're going to move over on this side and do all of our left side. Oh, yeah. Okay. I like that. I'm able to lean into it a little bit more too and get a bit more range of motion out of it versus kind of hitting my body, even with the smaller weights, hitting my body here. That may be what allows us to just regularly use these Bowflex, as if I'm doing them one side at a time and leaning into it a little bit more. It'll give us a bit more clearance. great. Man, yesterday was my off day, rest day, and it was a tough day, man. I took a rest day from both lifting and cardio because I had done quite a bit of cardio in the days preceding that, and I felt like my body really just needed like an overall rest. And I still ended up waking up at like 4:30, but my goodness, was I groggy and tired so much longer into the day without getting that morning workout in there. It's just crazy how this workout really sets the tone for the rest of the day and just starts it on that right foot too. We've talked about that before, how, this is like my cup of coffee that people say they can't function without. I could certainly function without a workout. I don't like it. I don't like who it makes me. But getting this thing done first thing in the morning is it's critical to having the best kind of day, a good day, and making sure that every step we take along that path that day is going to be as positive as possible, meaningful, and as impactful as possible. All right, fourth and final set. We're going to, again, do one side at a time. We really liked that pump that they gave us, so I think we're going to stick with that, maybe even for the foreseeable future. Okay. Whew. Very good. Wow. Great pump in the biceps. Oh, woo, that squeeze. My goodness. If you ever want to get a little bit extra out of that exercise at the end there, whatever the movement is, tricep, bicep, pec, back, doesn't matter. Flex it hard after your set. That squeeze, holding it for ideally at least 10 seconds, but up to 30 seconds if you're capable of doing that. And you can take quick breaks to kind of readjust. But those squeezes can take that exhaustion that you put in there and just amplify the pump so much because you're just sitting in a contracted state for however long you hold it. And my goodness, is it awesome. Okay, time to put this away. Got some tricep press downs. Let's get to that. All right, it's time for some good old tricep press downs. Got my articulating handles here. Kind of debated on which attachment I wanted to use, but this is the right one for these for sure. We're focused again on pressing that weight down and away from our center line, so around our hips when we're doing these. So whether you're using a rope attachment or something else, that's the movement I want you to think about. Even if you're using that bar, a curved bar or a straight bar, think about pushing that down and trying to pull your hands apart at the bottom. With the fixed bar, obviously you're not going to be able to get that separation, but think about it. Think about pushing your hands apart as you're moving through that, and you're going to feel that contraction. In fact, you may even feel it more with a straight bar because you're just pushing against something that's not going to move, and you're going to be able to get a better contraction overall, potentially, by pushing outward, even though you're just pushing down into that bar. Let's get after it. Set number 2. Oh, okay, we're going to reduce the weight on this next set. That was approaching too much, for sure. Okay, reduce the weight down to 60 on this one. Going to be really focused on getting all of our reps in here, but still getting that good contraction around our waist if possible. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Wow. Okay. We're reducing that weight one final time here on this last set. We're going to go all the way down to 50 and focus hard on making sure we hit in our rep range. I'm a little worried that we're not going to hit it, but we'll see what happens. Last one. Last one. It's going to be tough. We might have to heave a little bit. We might have to use our body, but we're going to get these 15 reps in there no matter what. Come on. Oh, I lost count there, but I think that was 15. But woo, I hope it was 15 because that was really tough. Wow. Our triceps, man. Wow. Pumped up. All right. We're going to get this attachment out of the way, the head knocker 9000, as it likes to be called. Get this out of the way. We're going to get set up for some reverse curls, and we're also going to set up our grip blocks here so we can do some grip strength superset with it. Well, I just spent like 5 minutes talking to the camera and none of that recorded, so you just missed out on that beautiful monologue. It was beautiful, let me tell you. People haven't lined up to hear that since the days of Abe Lincoln. Well, we did one set already. We did our reverse grip curls with 50 pounds, and I've upped that weight now to 60. It was a little light, and then we're doing our static holds here. These static holds, as I had showed you previously, we've just got our wooden grip ball here and a loading pin with 40 pounds on it. So 40 pounds of plate loaded onto the loading pin, and then just our wooden ball grips that we are gripping with a fairly, light isn't the right word. We're squeezing nice and hard, but we're not like gripping the ball like this, where we're going to literally be holding it in our palm. We're using our fingers to try to do the hold there and squeezing that forearm when we do it. So, we did one set already. You're going to have to take my word for it. And we're ready for set number 2. Let's get after it. Oh, wee, yeah, yeah. All right, third set. We've upped the weight again on these forearm reverse curls here. Last week we only did 50 on these, so I'm a little surprised that we've been able to up the weight this much. I've upped it to 75 now. Even with these static holds here, we're still feeling pretty fresh on these most of the time. So we'll see what 75 does for us. Set 3. Let's do it. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, that's tough. Wow. Oh. Oh boy. Wow. All right. Fourth and final set, y'all. And this is where I leave you for today. We got some ab work to do after this. I'm gonna do that while I clean up, put these weights away. But it's been a good arm workout. Just a dedicated arm workout again. Been doing those 1 to 2 times a week. Could have hit the weak point today, but just woke up feeling a little tired, still a little exhausted even after that rest day. So I wanted to take it just a little bit easy on this one. I didn't do those optional weak point exercises at the beginning. In fact, I think it's been, gosh, at least a week since we did those last. We will do them soon again, though. Don't worry. We're not going to leave those lagging body parts behind. Okay, we're doing our reverse curls one more time here, and then our static holds. Hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the day ahead of you. Enjoy the week ahead of you, the night, whatever it might be. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you guys again soon. Drop a comment down below if you enjoyed this workout, if you want some more tips, if there's anything particular you're wondering about. And also, let me know if you have a favorite forearm implement, grip strength training implement. I'm curious about those. It's not an area I've done a ton of research into. I just know the staples, so to speak. But if there's something in particular you're like, hey, this one's been a really good one to me, or a really good exercise to me for grip strength training, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to incorporate that more. And right now it's these static holds and some hammer curls that I get most of that stuff in. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Gosh. Oh. Ah. That was a good workout. That was a good workout.